lovelies, Rodney and Jack Fox here. I'm gonna continue what I've taken at the court called sewing. And a lot of you guys did two people put up good names for Deku, but I will put it on a wheel. And since two people wanted either Deku to be a villain or a hero, and some people did put up good points, like heroes don't have to look all pretty and fancy. Sometimes heroes do look a little bit morbid. So I'm gonna put it on a kind of wheel. Well, yeah, a wheel for we could figure out who is gonna be winning and who is Deku gonna be a villain or a hero. Let's go to the wheel. Hello lovelies, I'm back. So here it is Deku gonna be a villain or a hero? And if it lands on one, please do not get upset, it's what the wheel chose. Okay, so come on. It looks like it's gonna land on hero. Ooh! Congratulations to people who want a villain Deku, since that is what we're going with. Hold on for a minute while I get everything ready for the second one. Hello everybody, I'm back again, and here it is. Is Deku gonna be called, from people's perspective, the Skinner or the... wait, hold on. You know what, I'm gonna spin it and do it after. And let's see what it is. If it lands on one, please do not get upset. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, everybody, hope you enjoyed the video. Hey guys, I'm back, and so we chose, the wheel chose a villain Deku and the name The Weaver. And I'm hoping I'm saying that right, and I'm sad if I am. Basically, if you do not know what weaving is, back then it's basically called sewing. And on screen, which is the picture that I drawed, so it's not the stand-in picture. And this is how Deku will mainly look like. And I'm sorry if you guys don't like how the drawing looks. Basically, there's good art days and bad art days. I had a bad art day. Okay, so basically where I left off is where Deku is like feasting, written down something while running away from the police again. As Deku is continuously doing this, and I messed up on the first part again, I am bad, apparently. So apparently Deku does not, not apparently, Deku does not have a split personality. He's normally like this. Basically how Toga likes blood for no apparent reason, Deku likes skin. So yeah, Deku, hold on. Okay, so it's just the lighting. Okay, so basically Deku is like hunting for random people, and they're calling this a villain because Deku is not seen. Well, he was seen by one person. I normally don't know where the story's going. And Deku's mainly called a villain for having no apparent reason. And Deku does like have pairs of arms, like stitched onto pairs of arms, or hands stitched onto an arm, legs, and needles. So Deku is mainly hit by several, hit, but not by several people, but mainly from two people individually. He's hit by these two guys and being made to feel worthless because Deku is having like these stitch marks and hands everywhere. Deku doesn't know what to do until a guy comes in wearing a full black mask and grabs the two guys by the heads, stealing whatever they had in them and crushing their heads. If you do not know by the description, this is all for one. But mainly Deku was so scared at that point, he ran away from the scene by crawling up on the roof. All for One was too distracted by crushing the two guys' heads that he did not notice that Deku was gone. So, Tada, all for one, now has to continue looking for this boy. He already has one child on his side. He needs another, as he thinks. So, all for one is like looking and looking for Deku, as Deku is continuously stealing, and mainly from the stomach and legs, for he could move around with his legs freely. Because mainly, as I put it before, Deku's legs are very weak unless Deku puts skin on the legs. I would say a couple years go by. Deku is now 11 years old, but since several years went by, I think 5, maybe, no. Deku was someone do the math. Sorry if you guys hear background noises. Basically, Deku is now 11 years old, but by that time, Deku is slowly able to move around with his legs without skin on them, but he likes having skin. So, he does have like patches of skin on him, and they're like not normal, either adults or teenage skin or animals. So, Deku is literally weaving into, like, cutting the skin off of people and animals and weaving it back onto his body. Basically, as the name suggests, weaving. As Deku literally spells out the weaver in one of the corpses that he took, because he mainly eats hearts of humans. So Deku is literally found by All for One the next, well, until actually no, I skipped it way too long, I'm sorry. Basically, Deku is screaming, like, at this point, Deku is able to walk, but fumble around because of his uneasiness to walking, since this is basically his first time walking. So Deku literally is very terrifying. Deku is moving around to the point where All for One kind of sees him at one point, but then Deku is gone by crawling up the walls. As Deku continuously spells the Weaver over and over again after eating the hearts of people, after cutting their skin open and putting it on his skin. It doesn't matter what skin he takes, like stomach skin or arm skin or leg skin, he could literally plop it all over his body. And ta-da! That's Deku's work. Deku at one point ripped the eye out of one person to make them shut up, and then stabbed out his heart. And if you actually seen a heart without any of its blood, it's pure white, apparently. Deku literally drank the blood out of the heart from the wound when he stabbed it, and he saw the heart turn pale white, and he did not like that. He liked it with blood on it, so he dipped the heart in the person's blood and then ate it like that, which is sorry. Basically, All for One does find him after Deku turns the age of 13 to 14. All for One find him, and All for One does like get attacked by Deku because he thinks he's a new victim. As All for One says, "I could take your power away from you." As Deku doesn't care about his power, he thinks, oh, this is normal, and ta-da-da. But All for One does like put him down into his spot. But and Deku does learn to obey. Oh, excuse me. So basically, All for One does continue on this rant how heroes are now corrupted, and Deku does not care about heroes or villains. He just wants skin. That's the only thing he wants. Give the boy skin, and he will leave you alone. Basically, Deku at one point decides to go with him because he said he could give Deku whatever he wants, and the only thing Deku wants is skin and hearts. So ta-da, all for one, you just put yourself into a grave, because if you do not give what the boy wants, you are the one who's gonna get your heart ripped out. And Deku does like have talents instead of fingernails. Basically, Deku's fingers are so long and sharp. He doesn't even have nails, it's just his fingers. And they're not even... and it's very disturbing. Basically, Deku does not have nails. As All for One does like grab him, and he opens a portal saying, okay, you're gonna go in here, as he tosses him into the room where Shigaraki and Kurogiri is at. You know, the little bar area. As Kurogiri and Shigaraki are like questioning this boy, and Shigaraki thinks, okay, I'm gonna disintegrate this guy before he comes into any more trauma things, as All for One comes into like the little monitor saying, do not kill him, Shigaraki, he's our new recruit. As All for One asks, what is your name, child? And Deku doesn't even know his name, which is kind of sad at one point. And he says the Weaver, because he likes weaving things together. Normally weaving is like sewing fabric together, but it's called weaving like way back then. Now it's called sewing, or some people still call it weaving. But since then, Deku is like going around with the League of Villains, and literally this is after the USJ. Well, no, not after the USJ. Deku has to be 16. All for One does like plan out several things, and I'm gonna go to the USJ arc. So I'm gonna skip several years, making Deku the age of 16 when he would have entered UA at a young age. Well, into UA in the canon anime. So Bakugo is there. Everyone else except for Deku. And Mineta, since he got expelled since he got last place in Mr. Aizawa's test. So literally 2 people from Class 1B does come up into Class 1A. But it takes 9 months to get them into Class 1A, because it normally takes that one long because of Principal Nezu's paper law after Mr. Aizawa expelled an entire class last year. And when I say Mr. Aizawa expelled an entire class, it's kind of the same as the anime. Mr. Aizawa expelled an entire classroom. He thinks we're unable to be pro heroes, except for few, which soon to become the next big 3. Those turn into the big 3 known as Mirio, Nejire, and Tamaki. Sorry, I'm sticking in one spot. And before, I'm gonna go back in time for a bit. Sorry guys, like before Deku was literally booted out into the trash can by one of the nurses, Inko and Hasashi took a photo with Izuku with his weak body. As they have that only photo after the doctor told Inko and Hasashi that the baby did not make it. Apparently the baby did not make it because he was continuously grabbing energy from the mother's body to make sure his body could be stable, but it was not working to the point where the baby died after being removed from the mother, aka you, Mrs. Midoriya. As Inko and Hasashi are like crying, since in this case Hasashi was gonna be a stay-at-home father for Midoriya when he had his son taken away from him because of apparently he died. So Hasashi and Inko are devastated by this, but still want a baby. But since their first child died because apparently the doctor said so. Oh, sorry guys. I'm gonna go back into the future a bit. Deku enters the field crawling on the floor, looking very terrifying. Yeah, this is gonna be part 2. Sorry.